the power that I pray to. Are you up there? Can you hear me? I know I fucked up, it's clear, see. I'm 22 but I don't act like it clearly.
What's up, guys? My name's Genza. Welcome to my channel. And this is going to be my first story time on this channel. So yeah, let's get to it. See if this camera can focus. There we go. Alright, so basically, I'm going to just be telling y'all about my first party. And like just what happened, how I got there, how crazy that shit was. Because that shit was crazy. I was not expecting this to see the things that I did. So let's get to it. So basically, one of my really good friends, let's just call him David. David is from Miami, Florida. And me and him used to live in Orlando. And we used to chill all the time. We used to chill like every day. And we would just go outside and jump on the trampoline, or I'll go to his crib. And we would watch movies or eat. And we would just do like what regular, like maybe like 4th grade, 3rd graders do. And yeah, we was just really tight. We had a really tight bond, you feel? Like that shit was unbreakable. And I mean, I feel like it's still there today. But you know, we kind of got separated, you feel? I moved to the West Coast and he moved back to Miami. So it's kind of a distance now. It's pretty far, you know. Miami's like it's a pretty long plane flight away. But in the summer, I messaged him, I hit him up, I'm like, hey, I'm coming over there to Florida. And he's like, hey, bet. He's like, you should come slide, bro. It's gonna be crazy this summer. So I was like, so I flew to Florida, and I took a bunch of buses to get to Miami, because I landed in Orlando, and these weren't regular buses. These were like ghetto ass, wasn't it, Greyhound buses? Yeah, Greyhound buses. You know, they aren't the best. So I went to the station, and I got on the bus, and I took it there, and there was a lot of like scary ass people on the bus. Like if y'all take these often, y'all would already know. But I'm just saying, like there was this one lady, she had her phone, right, and like she kept looking back at me, and she would just be tapping her phone, and she would just like be looking at her phone and look back up and look back at me. I don't know what kind of drug she was on, but she was like sped. She was hella sped. And this dude next to me was like taking up, like he was like opening his legs hella wide, and he kept looking at me funny. You know, like it was sus as hell. But like I was ready to whoop his ass, to be honest with you, because he was being a little fruity. He kind of looked homeless too. He was like a homeless fruity dude. I don't know. It's not my concern, but anyway. I finally got to Miami from Orlando after like 6 hours or something, like 5 or 6 hours. And it was crazy because my boy told me that he's like, don't stop in Hollywood or don't stop in Hialeah or something. And I got off on the wrong stop because I was tired, you feel? Like I was looking for food in my backpack, and I guess I already ate it somehow. But so basically, I got off on the wrong stop, and I was stranded there. I'm pretty sure it was Hollywood. So I was in Hollywood. I'm looking around. I'm like, oh shit. And I get back on the bus, and the bus takes me all the way to Miami, like deep Miami, like downtown Miami by the airport. And I'm in this little Greyhound station. It's like right next to the airport. The airport's right here. Greyhound station's right here. And I messaged him, and he's like, oh shit, bro, you should have just stayed at the other one. That would have been closer. So I go to I'm at the other one, and his dad's like, I'm gonna have to drive down and pick you up. So his dad drove down to Miami, like deep downtown Miami, and he picked me up, and they drove back to Miramar. And I'm at David's house, and it was lit as hell. Like David had hella stuff, you feel me? We were just getting lit, and it had been so long. Like I'm looking at his room, I'm like, damn, you rearranged this motherfucker a lot, or like, is it just me? But yeah, so the party was like on a Wednesday or a Thursday, and I got there on like a Sunday, so it felt like a little bit of a wait. But I'm gonna just fast forward to the party because y'all ain't gotta know all the details or like, you know, all that basic shit. Like I woke up, you know, and I breathed air. But
one eternity later.
Wednesday or Thursday comes around, we go to the party, like we're walking there, and then we take a Uber or something. But once we get there, there's a line outside. Sorry, I spaced out.
You are so dumb. You are really dumb. For real.
But there's a line outside of the party, and it's just like, it's not too deep, but it's a couple people. And my boy, like, you feel me, like he's you know, he's a man of profession, so he's got like a little, he's you know, he's strapped, he's got like a, you know, something on him, and they're just patting us down. I didn't have anything on me. I just had some chapstick, just some of my lips taste good for the ladies, and yeah, just some other stuff. I don't need to know everything, but he had like a pistol, like a, you know, like a gun on him. So he's like, hey, come back to me. He's like, what should we do with this? I'm like, I don't know, bro. You just gonna have to go clutch. So he finds a location where he can hide it, and yeah, so we're chilling. But then it was actually hella chill because I think they held it for him. But we get in the party, and they're giving us bracelets because we're walking by. They're like, hey, what's good? I'm like, what's up? So they give us bracelets. You have to pay a little bit more for the VIP, where there's like some, you know, SoundCloud rappers, whatever. Like they're all just chilling over there with the females. You know, they got bub. You know, they got the bubbly. They got the, you know, the snacks and all that shit. I think you had to pay for that stuff, but you know. So my boy accidentally gave me like the regular one, and he was actually in VIP. So, but it doesn't matter. But we go out to the back. Everybody's rolling up. You know, they doing their thing. They got the gas, you know, the green, the Genza, whatever you want to call it, and it's going in a circle. I can't be too loud because I don't want anybody to hear that, you know, not supposed to hear, but it goes around to me, you know, I do my thing. I got the Bob Marley in the back, so you know it's legit, but yeah, I do my thing, and yeah, it was getting kind of lit. It was getting kind of lit. And then I see this girl. She's probably like a 12 out of 10 in my book, but so I go up to her and I'm like, hey, what's up, mama? Or I didn't say some shit like that. I was like, hey, what's your name? Or something like that. But she told me her name. I'm like, hey, so I was like, you with somebody? And she's like, actually, I am. Like, I'm waiting for him right now, and he's gonna be here soon. So I was like, ah. And I'm looking around, and like all the dudes around me are just looking at me. They're giving me that look like, oh no, you didn't. I was like, fuck them. They just pussies. But anyway, let's get back to the story. I'm chilling with one of David's friends. David, that's not his real name, but let's just call him. Bro, I can't come up with original last name, so I'm just call him Johnny. So I'm chilling with Johnny. We chilling on the back porch of the house. And the house is kind of like your basic Florida, I don't know, Miami house. It's kind of got that cool kind of architecture to it, but y'all don't really need to know much of that. So we chilling in the back porch, you know, the green's going around. People are starting to get lit a little bit, but they're congregating, you know, like people congregating over here, people congregating over here. Me and Johnny just chilling, we just going with the flow, because me and Johnny, you know, we kind of introverted. You know, I'm in quarantine right now. This shit's like my regular lifestyle. So, yeah, it's probably not a good thing. But, so we just chill on the back porch. And eventually, you know, some cups start going around. And meanwhile, my boy, he's still like in the back with the SoundCloud rappers. He's getting lit. He's doing his thing. I guess it seemed like a lot of people knew him and everything. Yeah, but me and Johnny, we just chilling on the back porch, like I said like 5 times in a row. But yeah, so we was just talking. He was asking me questions and everything. There's just big ass clouds of smoke going past us, and people are starting to get lit. You know, people have these dab pens out, and everybody's hitting their dab pen. The girls are like, I'm like, nah, I don't really know what's in there. You feel like it could be honey piss mixed with like 2% THC. So I'm like, I'm chilling. You know, my lungs. I'm trying to keep my lungs wholesome. You feel like a tree when it plants, you know, like it's trying to keep that original form. But like they passing them shits around. They got dab pins on dab pins, and they start playing music. I remember the one good song that they played. It was Kid Cudi, "Pursuit to Happiness." It was like crush a bit, roll a bit, and I was just like, yeah, I was like, yes, please, but I'm just fidgeting with this motherfucker, but yeah, so I go inside a couple times, and people are trying to get inside, and there's like bouncers or whatever, these wannabe bouncers, and they're like, no, you can't come in here, bro. Like, nah, this one dude was like, hey, homie, I'm just trying to come in real quick. And he's like, nah, bro. That's what he sounded like. I'm not trying to, no offense, but yeah, that's how his voice sounded, you know? But you had to have the VIP wristband, which my boy accidentally didn't give me. So, yeah, that's how that went. And besides that, it was pretty lit, but it started to get really wild. And, like, there was a lot of people. And they're like, this is the max amount of people that can come in. And nobody else came in after that. And like they closed up shop or whatever, the house was closed, you know, but everybody was still getting lit. And eventually I see these red and blue flashing lights, and I thought somebody had some kind of device or something, because I was but it was actually the cops that came, and they were just outside the house. And people started to panic, they didn't panic, but it started to set in, because, you know, they were lit, but it started to set in a little bit, because I could see the lights reflecting off the fence. And I was like, oh, no, bro. Like, the party was, like, at its peak, too. It was at its peak. And I was like, nah, bro, this can't be happening. But, yeah. So, eventually, you hear some dude call over intercom. He's like, everybody has to leave the house now, or you're going to jail. And I was like, oh, really, bruh? Really? This is how it's gonna happen? This is how you gonna do me? But I look for him. There's a lot of people scrambling. Like, they're scrambling. Like, they got warrants for their arrest or something. But people are scrambling. People are running the opposite way. Like, they're guilty. And let's get this focused so y'all can see my beautiful face. But, yeah. So everybody's going their separate ways. And eventually, I found my friend. It's me, my friend David, you know, the main guy, the main homie, and then it's Johnny, and then the other dude, or this other female. Let's just call her Bianca. So we got Johnny, David, Bianca, and me. So we start to leave, and there's like 7 cop cars. Like, no, not even capping. There's like 7 cop cars. They're treating this party like it was a homicide or something. But we're just walking past, and the lights are flashing, and they're like illuminating the neighborhood, and it's like humid as a mom. But as we're walking away, like, the cops are just looking at us. Like, I don't know why they're smiling, because we're looking at them. I'm like, y'all really ain't got nothing better to do. I'm pretty sure it was the weekend, or it was some day. It might have been the weekend actually. But I'm like, y'all ain't got nothing better to do than stop a party at night. Like, really? But we're just walking past them, you know. Some people are giving them dirty looks, saying stuff to them, you know. But we eventually make our way out that little neighborhood, and then it's got like the name of the neighborhood. Y'all know how Miami neighborhoods be. But that was basically the party and all that. So after that, we just go to the 7-Eleven and we get some drinks, you know. My home, I guess they didn't have money, so I bought one of them a Slurpee, and we just, yeah, basically that was it. Forgot to tell y'all that I went inside the house during the party, and, like, you know, they was playing music. Everybody was jumping. They was jumping up in the air. They was like, yeah. But, yeah, it was pretty lit. And there was lights and everything. And they was selling drinks. But then the one, like, the mom and, like, the daughter, like, that went to the high school near the house was really mad. Like, she was upset. She's like, y'all don't come in unless y'all have the VIP wristbands, because y'all can't do that. Because we trying to make money to pay for the party. And she was all upset and everything. But, like, I'm like, bro, I just need to go away from this for a minute, bro. It's like a hot box outside, a hot box inside, you know. It's crazy. So I go into the bathroom of the house, and I open it. And I knew I shouldn't open it, because I just had to go. I had a feeling that somebody wasn't in there, but they were actually in there. There's 2 people, and they was doing the dirty, you feel? Like, it was a female and a male who was doing the dirty. And I'm like, bro, why? They were like, they was on the sink and everything, but... And I told my homies, like, yeah, bro, that's the regular. I'm like, alright, so I close the door, and I just walk away, try to erase that from my mind, you feel me? But
I'm beaming, fall asleep listening, now I'm in your head while you dreaming. Leo DiCaprio flow, I'm up in that bitch scheming, trying to get you to buy the album, trying to get you